Speaker John Boehner was caught crying during the Post's visit to Congress for almost the entire time. And this is not the first time the so-called Weeper of the House has shed a tear. Here to discuss why it's okay for men to cry is Fox News medical analyst and A-Team member, Dr. Keith Ablow. Dr. Keith, what's going on with the Speaker? We know he's been trying to get the Pope for 3 decades, but how do you explain the emotion coming to the surface like this?
Well, listen, I haven't evaluated Speaker Boehner, but it seems to me, having looked at lots of tape of him crying, the recent tape of him crying, there's plenty of examples of him crying. This could almost be more of a physiological thing, Brian. There are some people who, when they get angry, their temples pulse. And there are other people on a spectrum, and he may be way out on the bell curve, who, when they're moved, they tend to break down into tears. This could literally be more of a physiological than an emotional thing. But there's something else. John Boehner, nobody would say he's not a man, right? There's a guy who registered for the military during Vietnam, registered for, I believe, the Navy or Air Force, Navy, I think. He literally grew up with 11 siblings using one bathroom, his parents sleeping on a pull-out couch. We don't know what's running in his mind as he sees this massive display, which he's helped to pull off. Maybe he thinks, man, I wish my parents were here to see this. Who knows what he's thinking? Because he may have a context for why he breaks down that relates to his personal story.
And that's true. Every time he does talk about that, his growth, his youth, or talks to a child, he sees himself and he breaks down. Does not mean he's weak. Maybe means he's strong enough to be a man and to show some emotion. So it could be a strength. By the way, Dennis Miller tweeted this out. Tammy Faye Boehner, evidently referring to the fact that Tammy Faye cried a lot.
Whenever I hear Fox and Friends, I get a little choked up. I feel like I'm a friend of the Fox and Friends family.
And can I say, when I see you on the rundown, my eyes well?
We're having a moment, aren't we?
We are. But I'm going to keep it together.
Nice.
Dr. Keith, thanks so much. And we're not judging Speaker Boehner. We just were pointing out and trying to find out what was going on. Dr. Keith Ablow, thanks so much. Have a great weekend.